Hello everyone, this is a continuation video on Spring Reactive MongoDB. I have created another branch as modify MongoDB timeout. So here we'll understand how we can modify the default timeout MongoDB timeout. So this is the branch. I have given the link below. Okay, now I'll go move to the code. Here in the config file I have created this method known as Mongo client. So here I have created @bean, which suggests that it's intended to be used in Spring application context as a bean definition method. It creates and configures this Mongo client, which is part of MongoDB Java driver typically used for connecting to MongoDB database. So it creates this Mongo client. This dot create method is used to create the Mongo client, and the builder will help to build configuration setting for the client. So here I have done the configuration setting. First is this apply to socket setting. It is used to configure socket settings such as connection timeout and read timeout. So this connection timeout, read timeout are the values in milliseconds I have given. Now the second is apply to cluster setting. It is used to configure cluster settings such as server selection timeout. This is also I have given in milliseconds. These values I am reading from @value YML. Using @value I am reading it from YML file. So here I have given in the application.yml, these are the values. Using dollar this placeholder, I am reading this value from local. So I have given the local configuration in my edit profile. See local configuration. So the values are being read from the local configuration. Here are the data. This MongoDB connection timeout, MongoDB read timeout, MongoDB server selection timeout. That I have given here all the datas, and this values these three values I am reading using @value, giving the path, and that value I am reading. Default values I have given here. If nothing is provided, then this 5000, 5000 and 3000 milliseconds will be read. Okay, so this apply to cluster setting is used to configure cluster settings such as server selection timeout, that I have given here. Now apply connection string is set to will set the connection string for the client. So this connection string is a variable that holds the connection string used to connect MongoDB server. Okay, so this is how I have created the Mongo client. Now let me start MongoDB container in Docker. In the first video I have explained how to run it and how to set up this project that you can go through. I'll provide the link below. So it is up and running. Let me run the application now. See, the application is up and running. So here you can see the Mongo client setting is created with that test database and whatever username and all the details of the MongoDB connection strings are given here. Now let me stop the MongoDB. Okay, now the default time MongoDB timeout is 60 seconds right now. So we have modified it to 10 seconds. So if I go to local application, here I have moved to 10,000. So I'm changing it to 10 seconds. Let me run the application now again. So now instead of 60 seconds, it will come as 10 seconds here. I'll show you. Yeah, see, application failed with the message Mongo socket read timeout exception, timeout while receiving message. So this application tried to reach MongoDB, but it was not able to got the connection, and that's why this timeout exception came. Now I'll show you in the logs that see here the server selection timeout. This server selection timeout I have given 10 second, that is 1000 I have given here. So you can see that 1000 millisecond that it is coming. And if you want to see the connection timeout and read timeout, that I have given 5, see 5000 millisecond it is coming as. So this connection timeout is 5000 milliseconds and read timeout is 5000 milliseconds. So it's coming like that. If I modify this again, let's say I'll make it also 3000 and this as 2 and 2. Let me rerun it again. MongoDB is still closed. Container is not open, so it will again uh, fall. Yeah, timeout exception. Now let me again find this string in the logs. See, the connection timeout is coming as 2000 and 2000 millisecond, and this will come as server selection timeout will come as 3000. Yeah, so within 3 seconds this got terminated. If I'll give more, if you want to give your for use case you want this more or less, you can modify it accordingly. Thank you.